Ja, und herzlich willkommen zum Vampyr, dem 4. Teil. Alter. Zungenbrecher Deluxe. Hatte ich heute mal. Diese Zungenbrecher kann man jetzt nicht sagen. Aber ich habe gerade einen Fehler gemacht. Ja, dann wollen wir heute mal wieder mit Vampyr beginnen. Heute habe ich mal die Qualität höher gestellt. Heute klingt das, glaube ich, auch. Nicht wie letztes Mal, wo es einfach abgebrochen ist. Stimmt, ich wollte mir ja auch noch eine Schrotflinte holen. Weil hier läuft ja irgendein Typ rum, der Schrotflinten verkauft. Ah ja, stimmt, das haben wir letztes Mal schon gemacht. Oh, warte. Oh, Alter, ich bin noch dran gewöhnt, wenn man auf Joystick andrückt, dass man halt rennt. Aber hier ist es ja nicht so. Muss ich mal gucken. Das Einzige, was ich noch weiß, dass dieser Typ hier draußen rumgelaufen ist. Jo, das ist der mit der Schrotflinte.
Good evening.
Jo.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives.
Wartet einmal, Leute. Und so. Ich will das. Nehmen die
I'd like to see your
angeschlossen.
goods. Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Da ist sie. No. Jetzt kann ich sie kaufen. Ah ne, so mache ich das ja. Ich muss gerade was nachgucken, weil ich mir gerade nicht sicher bin. So. Dann werde ich jetzt mal gucken. Oh.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
Ja. Wir müssen...
Jonathan.
Ja, ich muss mir das wieder durch. Ich hoffe, es klappt alles. Ich hoffe, man hört mich auch. Sie müssen sich nicht entschuldigen. Letztlich sind wir Vampir. Also, der Vorwurf war. Ja.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Über London, über der werten Lady, über mich. Hä? Über mich? Stimme in meinem Kopf. Yo.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
Das ist schwer. Die wird wahrscheinlich nicht so einfach verraten. Ich bin ein Vampir.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon.
Oh, Alter.
And that you shall remain.
Also, ein Ekon ist ein Vampir, sind auch ein Ekon? Sind Sie auch ein Ekon?
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Zurück? Warum wurde ich dem Tod überlassen?
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
Könnte es ein Versehen
So
sein.
me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
Wie werden Vampire erschaffen?
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Zurück. Über die werte Lady. Wie
I
alt
know
sind
this
Sie?
is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Wer hat in ewige Jugend gewährt?
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Ah,
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
niemand hat sie verdächtigt.
And no one suspected you of the murders.
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Wissen Sie,
What do
wer
you
seine
know
Bruderschaft
about this
ist?
Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
Zurück. Warum haben Sie mich gerettet?
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scum.
Was ist ein Skal?
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William ist nicht mein Schöpfer?
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
So. Jetzt über London. Oh, Alter. Was ist mit London geschehen?
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
Wovor fürchten Sie sich?
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Sind sie alle freundlich? Wer hat mich angegriffen?
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Hey guys. Sind sie alle freundlich?
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Oh, Alter, ich bin Vampirjäger begegnet.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Ah, okay.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Entweder ist es im Haus, wovon ich erstmal ausgehe, oder es ist draußen. Kann es sein, dass es da oben ist? Ich gehe mal nach oben. und blute nebenbei. Wusste ich doch. Warte, ich muss mal meine Aufgabe noch mal lesen. Also ich muss hier dran gehen. Was muss ich machen? Analysiere irgendein Blut. Okay.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scows. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
So. Ich gehe mal auch von aus, dass es unten. Dann gehen wir mal nach unten. Tudum. Ach, das ist genau über mir.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
Ich habe Blut untersucht.
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
I have a few leads, but nothing I can share for now. I need more time and more evidence.
I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the matter.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
Es ist zu gefährlich. Ich habe darüber nachgedacht. Vielleicht mache ich London zum Meinreich. Nein.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
So. Die neue Mission haben wir jetzt auch bekommen. Auf jeden Fall müssen wir aus diesem Gebäude raus.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Ich muss weiter raus, dann kann ich mich jetzt teleportieren. Nein, ich gehe hier lang. Alter. So. So, Blut. So. Gib dein Blut her. Ja, jetzt geht's weiter. Ach, 16 Meter noch. Noch ist gar nicht mehr so weit.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Somebody help!
So, dann reden wir jetzt mal mit der.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
So, dann brauche ich gleich erstmal wieder Blut. Oh. Alter. So. Erstmal auf die Karte gucken. Ich bin fast da. Ich muss nur einmal außen rumlaufen. Ja, weiter. Das sind die Kreise. So sage ich mal dazu. Dann hier hoch.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place.
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery. I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Ich fühle mich wie ein Heuchler. Sie war... Das.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan. And a young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
Wie soll das
How
gehen?
is it possible? Tell me. Is it so easy to take a life every night, and then just smile and nod at those you spared?
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You've felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
Vielleicht haben sie recht.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Alles klar. Alles klar. Also lauf ich erstmal dahin.
and off to church she goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans
Sonst will er mich
and
töten.
unsolicited counsel.
Das ist sie. Also, den krieg ich nicht so einfach.
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
So. Jetzt gehe ich mal als Vampir in die Kirche.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
Take no offense, Vicar. I seek just a moment in nothing but my own company.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
Ja, ist privat.
I've made myself perfectly clear. This is a private matter.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Es spielt keine Rolle. Ich war mein Ja, meine Schwester.
Just know, I cared for her.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
Was soll ich antworten? Wie war das?
She has been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
Ja, das...
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Und jetzt lädt das.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
Alter. Okay, ich bin jetzt wieder komplett geheilt. Schön, dass du kommst. Alter. Ah. Nochmal. Und jetzt. Er generiert 60 Blut sofort. Geil. Und das muss ich nur herstellen. Alter. Das heißt, jetzt gucke ich erstmal. Na, habe ich für die Waffe Munition. So. Alter. Ich habe keine Bluttransfusion mehr, also ich kann mir jetzt nicht einfach Blut rein. Entschuldigung. Alter. Ach, ich wollte auch noch was sagen. Ende dieses Monats oder so kriege ich noch Bluetooth-Kopfhörer für meine Playsee. Hol ich mir besser gesagt. Und das heißt, ich kann dann, also dann kann ich per meine Kopfhörer reden, alles hören und so. Müsste alles dann besser werden. Mal gucken. Und danach wollte ich mir noch die Kamera kaufen. Mal gucken, wann ich die mir hole. Aber da sage ich auch nochmal Bescheid. Ah, da ist Geld. Das sieht immer so viel aus und dann ist die Enttäuschung immer voll groß. Weil das doch so wenig ist. Oh, schon wieder.
I remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Wer bist du? Warum ich? Schluss mit deinen Rätseln. Schluss. Nein, erstmal, wer bin ich?
Selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had
had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
So. Die Ausdaueration 15 Sekunden lang um 50 erhöht. Das ist mir nicht so wichtig.
So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied
ich glaube, ich mache ein
entity.
bisschen länger heute als
Or
eine
was he just
Stunde,
projecting
weil
his vision
ich
in
habe
my
gerade
mind?
richtig Spaß daran.
Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stone, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Ja, das Vertrauen.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Wartet, ich muss mir gerade was zu trinken fertig machen. So. Ja, ich habe immer so einen Sirup. Das muss ich gerade mir fertig machen. Weil es nicht so ein Teil habe, wo ich einfach draufdrücken kann, dass da reingeht. Muss ich das per Hand umfüllen. Und wenn ich zu viel reinmache, schmeckt das nicht. Aber ich werde erstmal warten. Ich werde Ihnen helfen. Ich habe nicht den Kopf für Sie so etwas. Oh, komm.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Die werden nicht angreifen. Nun, ich habe sie nicht ganz anrecht. Ich werde sie alle beschützen.
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Und wir müssen wieder nach draußen.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Ich guck mal, wo dieser Typ ist. Oder ich such mal jemanden, den ich handeln kann.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Nein. Auf
Goodbye,
Wiedersehen.
Dr. Tippett.
Another night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Behandlung gegen Erschöpfung. Wie kann man ihn bitte schön behandeln? Aber Alter.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
So. Es gut sollte, weil das aus Sicherheitsgründen oft auf Booten mitgeführt werden. Diese gehörte als Okay, Munition sollte ich eher nicht kaufen.
It's safer here than anywhere else.
So. Nochmal.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed of the Pembroke Hospital. May I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed. So it's you who saved my friend Oswald. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
And you are?
Newton Blight. Oswald and I recently returned from the war.
Okay.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight. Take care of yourself.
Ich muss gerade mal was gucken, Leute. Okay. Also irgendwas Ultimatives will ich, kann ich mir noch als... Ich gehe mal hoch in dieses Bett, aber ich teleportiere mich hoch. Oder ich renne da hoch, besser gesagt. So. Du Du verlierst die Kontrolle und entfesselt für kurze Zeit die Bestie in dir. Die Bestie springt rasend schnell zu allen Gegnern in deine Nähe und greift sie. Ja, geil. Kosten keine. Abklingzeit 1 Minute oder sowas. Aber kostet natürlich auch richtig. Geil. Also ich... Oh, es geht weiter runter. Warum? So, jetzt geht's weiter. Also morgen werde ich ganz wahrscheinlich auch noch ein Video machen. Uhrzeit weiß ich jetzt noch nicht. Aber könnte auch sein, dass ich sage, so kurzfristig, jo, jetzt mache ich es. Aber ich glaube eher so gegen 15 Uhr. So 14, 15 Uhr werde ich, glaube ich, das Video machen.
It seems the Freewen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Look lively!
Geil! Bei den Gegner. Gib dein Blut her. So. Ja, komm doch. Und zack. So. So. Ich muss gerade mal gucken, was das andere kleine Spritze war. Ich habe das vergessen. Regenerations 300 Lebenspunkte sofort und anschließend... Also... Sollte ich erstmal... Weil ich jetzt diese komische Ulti habe, brauche ich das nicht unbedingt. Ich werde erstmal die Pistole ausrüsten. Die nützt mir erstmal, glaube ich, eher mehr. Ah nein! Alter! Alter! Und... tot.
This is Braille. I need
Ein
someone who
nicht
can read it.
entzifferter Text in Blindenschrift. Nur die Überschrift ist lateinisch. Buchstaben geschrieben. Heilmittel für Blindheit. Okay. Ah, da ist noch was. So. Was gibt's denn hier zu retten? Hm? Liebe Mutter, was mir auch zustoßen mag, vergiss niemals, dass dein Sohn dich liebt. Ich weiß, du warst mit meiner Art zu leben nicht immer glücklich, aber ich werde mich nicht ändern. Ich wurde in diesem Stadtteil geboren und aufgezogen. Ich kann es nicht mehr länger ertragen, dass man unsere Nachbarschaft antut. den Leuten, die wir kennen. Vor kurzem habe ich eine furchtbare Entscheidung getroffen. Ich beschloss mich gegen die Tyrannei der wenigen zu erwehren. Ich weiß, sie werden Vergeltung üben, aber ich bin für alles gewappnet. Danke dir habe ich das Lesen immer geliebt. Jetzt, da ich endlich handle, bleibt mir nun übrig, Etine, die Label, keine Ahnung, Leute, zu zitieren. Sie wirken nur groß, weil wir vor ihnen knien. Ich werde nie länger knien. Mutter, ich werde aufrecht stehen, was es mich auch kostet. Auf bald, meine liebe Mutter. Jack.
There is a name engraved under the blood on the back of the case. Jack Gillingham. Maybe I should return this watch to his family.
Ach, dieser Mann. Der will was von mir. Er braucht besser gesagt Hilfe.
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of your business.
I hope you realize that staying here will put your life at great risk.
Pah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some respect into those youngsters.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men? Why?
They took my boy! I've had no news since he joined that crazy gang. So I decided to come and find him myself, to get some answers.
I see. But as I said, your life is at risk if you stay here. And I'm not referring to the gangs either. You should leave, sir.
Well, this part of town used to be nicer, let's say. Perhaps you're right. This isn't the best way to save Andrew.
Auf Wiedersehen. Na, wie geht das nochmal? Also, wie es aussieht, muss ich entweder irgendwie außen rumgehen, dann hier durch. Ach, wird schon irgendwie klappen. So. Es kann sogar sein, dass ich später noch ein Video drehe, dann sage ich auch noch mal Bescheid. Sammle Informationen über Hospital. Das heißt, ich muss mit den Leuten wieder reden.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember him.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Okay, das war's auch schon.
Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
I just told you I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any
Joe.
money for you, Richards.
I'm not here for charity, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Also, ich suche erst was
I'm
und dann
looking for
gucke ich,
Mr.
was ich
Sean
mit dir alle
Hampton.
kann.
Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Dann
Can I see
handeln
what
wir
you
jetzt.
have to sell?
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Wenn sie geht, also. Ich suche was Bestimmtes. Aber das hat sie nicht. Ich suche genau das, glaube ich, was.
Foolish girl and her pre-principles. She's got no idea who she's dealing with.
Mark my word.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You'd best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back, and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint. I'll try asking Tom Watts about him.
So, das war's auch
Goodbye,
schon.
Mr. Delaney.
Dann rede ich noch
Good
mit
evening,
denen.
sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Ich respektiere Ihre Zurückweisung. Wer kann mir helfen, den Hospital zu finden? Ja.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Ja,
Tom,
vielleicht kann
I
ich
need
jetzt
to
zwei
find
irgendwas
Sean
kaufen.
Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
The important thing is I find him. Quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west.
Ja,
and go
endlich.
north when you reach the end of the pier.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
...80 Meter, geil.
Seems like the guard of Frewen is on Sean Hampton's trail too.
Was? Der lebt noch? Fuck. Damit habe ich ja gar nicht gerechnet.
Burn it, boys!
Alter, nein!
Crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin!
Alter! Boah, Alter. So. Alter. So.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
So. Für die Alter. 40?
Let's turn around if I were you.
Mach dich fertig. Boah, Alter. Erstmal heilen. So. Wichser. Alter, jetzt muss ich mich wieder heilen. Und ich habe wieder voll wenig Blut. Ah, da kommt ihr ja wie gerufen, Mäuse.
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. It's locked.
Die Tür ist verschlossen. Wenn die Tür verschlossen ist, wie komme ich dann dahin? Ich muss dann hier oben irgendwo her, wahrscheinlich. So. Puh. Ah, da kann ich gleich kurz. So. Dafür brauche ich 2000. Ich bin gleich wieder da, ich gehe mal kurz aufs Klo. Und danach mache ich das noch und dann mache ich auch Schluss. Für erstmal. Dann mache ich später nochmal weiter. Aber ich bin gleich wieder da. So. Also dafür habe ich nicht genug Punkte. Ja, mein Controller gerade. Ich weiß nicht, ob ihr das gesehen habt. Ja, das war's auch jetzt. Bestätigen. Jetzt fängt die nächste Nacht an. Und gleich. Ja, bis wir gleich jetzt in die nächste Nacht. Ach geil, es stabilisiert wieder alles. Ach. Ich guck gerade noch einmal kurz was. Was ist das? Ja, okay. Dann will ich sagen, tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal. Also jetzt tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal. Und wenn das Video euch gefallen hat, lasst ein Follower da. Dann könnt ihr auch mir folgen. Und wenn ihr noch mehr von diesen Videos sehen wollt, einfach bei Instagram ist auch da verlinkt. Drauf gehen und mich abonnieren, damit ihr alles mitbekommt. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.